Alright. Well, I had to go and take care of my dirty clothes for my roommate since she's doing laundry today. In the meantime, I came out here. I'm going to get back to it here. Just so you know, you're looking at my clothes. T-shirt, jeans, and these shitty ass boots. And gas. And I generally don't wear these kind of boots when I'm doing this kind of stuff. I usually wear my other boots. But the other boots are just a little on the tight side, so they generally make my feet hurt if I wear them too long. But I call these urban asphalt vehicles because they're certainly not made for anything even close to what I'm doing today. They're made for walking down the sidewalk. Because they have absolutely no protection in them. In fact, they're not even comfortable, to be honest with you. Disappointing as hell. They were free, so can't beat the price. But knowing what I know about them, I wouldn't buy another set. I am having fun. Nothing like getting your frustrations and aggressions out on a chunk of dead wood. Some of these are pretty well dried up, so they break up pretty fast and easy. The grain in them is really weird. But they burn. That's all I concern myself with. Hell, even the worst wood burns. So why not? Having fun yet? Well, I am. Look at it this way. You get the benefit of watching me do this and don't have to exert yourself. So, no complaining if it's boring. Or, if you're feeling froggy, give me a shout out and I'll welcome you to come out here and help me. Yeah, it's actually kind of fun. Sort of therapeutic. If you need this kind of therapy. And after the frustrating summer we've had, pretty therapeutic. A dry Montana summer. We only had 6 days of rain, which is fairly pathetic. But it's better than using it. It's better than using a pneumatic or hydraulic chopper, splitter. Oh, okay, that hurt. I missed and hit the handle. It still split it, but it was the handle that did most of the splitting. Hey, it's been a year since I've done this. Give me a break. I'm not as young as I once was. I hate to say that, I'm only 50. But it does make a difference. Especially when I spent most of my life in the throes of the city, which admittedly was a bad way to grow up. A lot of stuff that you really miss out on. Nothing like living in the big shitty. When they hang up like that, it generally means there's a knot in it somewhere. But it ain't too bad. That's a good chunk of wood there. Really heavy. It's good hardwood. Alright. Every now and then you get a split. Start cleaning all this stuff out of here. All it does is get in your way. As you can see, it was making everything sideways. There. Flat again. With a spider. Alright. Yep. But got lots of wood. Got these longies. They're kind of old and a little on the rotted side, but the thing great about them is that they help get rid of some of the creosote in the pipe. Creosote, when it builds up, can cause fires, which you want to fire in the stove, not in the fire, not in the exhaust pipe. You know what I mean? That's how people's houses get burned down. So, a little wet wood. Super hot hardwood is always the best. It burns very hot and it burns very slow, which is exactly really what you want. That's why the best trees to burn are the big hardwoods, whatever they be. I got a friend who burns oak in his house, and then a lot of people around here try to find larch or tamarack, and they burn that. It's a hardwood. It burns really slow, really hot, and there's not a lot of the crap, unless it's wet. There's not a lot of sap in it to cause a buildup of creosote. Now you want to be diligent about stuff like that anyway, and get rid of the creosote when you can. Every year, scrape out your pipes, or every couple of years. That's always a good plan. Get one of those brushes with a long string on it. You run it up and down through the inside of the pipe and it scrapes them clean, which is very handy. See, like this one, that doesn't get split. No reason to split those little guys. I just like to make it so that the wood I burn is isn't going to burn forever. Long enough to warm up the place, but because of the insulation in my place, it gets damned hot in there. Really uncomfortable. Above 70 and I'm miserable. Can't breathe, can't sleep. But so I only burn it for maybe 1 or 2 pieces if I can get it up somewhere near 70. Actually, more importantly, is getting it above like 63. If I get it above 63, I'm comfortable. I can go with it without wearing a shirt or sweatshirt. But I remember I had a fuel oil stove in there when I first bought the place, and there was 3 speeds on it. Really hot, super hot, and volcanic, which was really highly annoying because you couldn't dial it down. It was just going to be 80 degrees inside the place every day. For people in their 60s and 70s or with serious health conditions, that might be wonderful. But for people who are relatively normal in health and body temperature, it's really bad. Being in a sauna all the time. Alright. Now I got some really old wood here, which I like burning. I like the rotten stuff. The rotten stuff lights easily, and it has a tendency to gives off a lot of steam, which again helps the creosote build up. Again, 6 inches in diameter, split it. 5 inches in diameter, or thereabouts, from below. Just chuck it on the pile. Once you get a rhythm going, you can do pretty good with this stuff. As you can see, about halfway through that, about a third of the way through that pile anyway. These are kind of fun. They just kind of break apart into a million pieces. Pretty hard wood. If you hit it properly. Yes, I'm a cynic. Yes, I'm sarcastic. Yes, self-deprecating. It gives me something to do. One thing I did forget to do, forgot to grab some water. You do tend to make you thirsty. That's a bad hit. I need to split this one. You get 3 for the price of 1. See, how I do that, I have no idea, but it's kind of interesting. Sure, now it doesn't want to split. That's probably why it split that way. Yeah. You want to get specifically a splitting maul for this kind of work. What I have is what they call a splitting maul. There is what they call a splitting axe, or whatever they call it. And the splitting axe looks like a regular axe, only it has two little cantilevers, one on each side. And when you split, when that axe gets in there, it takes and pushes those two cantilevers out and splits the woods better. The problem with using a straight axe is that they just jam up sometimes and they stick inside the wood. And it takes an act of Congress to get the damn thing out. Or an act of Superman. Maybe little bastard. There it goes. Wow. See, that's what happens right there with a regular axe. Some people just take it, lift the whole damn thing and do it again. But I got a thing about lifting heavy wood above my head in order to split it. Mainly, I have enough intellect to realize that if it does let go, you're going to be wearing a crown of wood. And not in a good way. Makes you queen of the idiots, or king of the idiots, depending on your gender. This, I think, is... I don't know, it's hard to say. It's pretty friggin' hard, though. This might be that birch tree I broke. I cut down a birch tree. It's dead. You can tell, very dead. I don't even have bark on it. And it's amazingly tough. I love it when it comes that easy. It's so much more fun. You know, for my glove. If you think you can wield an axe without a set of gloves on, think again. It's highly painful. And the blisters just kind of keep you from doing more work. If you've ever had a blister on your hand because of an axe or a handle, you know what I'm talking about. You get generally not just one blister, but you get a series of blisters. They kind of all become one in the end. It's rather painful. I'm going to wimp out here in a couple minutes. Go get myself something to drink. Dry. Well, maybe not soon. There it goes. This is basically a knot. Essentially kind of the biggest knot you're ever going to see. So, tree split. Became two. Let's try tipping it over. It has a split there. Made it a lot easier. We'll do Alright, time to wimp out. I'll be back.